Good evening, friends, and welcome to the world of the International Fab Talks. Today, I'm excited, and ask me why. My favorite role model, or you could say inspiration, someone who I admire in my life, who I recently met, and I began to admire her for who she is, strong, bold, and ready to do her very best for all of us. So she is none other than Rekha Sridhar, ma'am. She's joining us all the way from Bengaluru. You would like to ask me as to who she is. She is the district chairman of the Inner Wheel Club, District 319. Join us, friends, to welcome our celebrity and guest. Let's celebrate her life and journey and get to know as to what the Inner Wheel Club does for all of us. Let's get to know more about it. Join us, friends. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session.
Hi, Crystal.
Thank you very much for accepting the invitation. For me, it is a dream come true.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, dear. Friends, allow me to share ma'am's profile, and then we go ahead much deeper to get to know more about ma'am's work and how she is impacting various people across all sectors to see how she's been doing her very best.
Sure.
Thank you, dear. Friends, we have with us our celebrity, Rekha Sridhar. She is, the president of the Inner Wheel Club of Bengaluru South. In the year 2009 and 10, she joined. Later on, she went on to become the club president in the year 2016-17. Her signature project was the renovation of a 104-year-old government higher primary school in Attibele, which was inaugurated by the Queen of Mysore, Rajmata, Pramoda Devi Wadiyar. And she, ma'am, that is Rekha ma'am, is the 11th district chairman of District 319 from her home club, that is Inner Wheel Club of Bangalore South. She is passionate about fitness, baking, nutrition. She's a wonderful human being. You could bond with her. She's very warm, loving, and kind. And she is also a freelance social media consultant and a content writer. And above all, she has all those beautiful qualities of being one of the best blessings on this universe. This is what we want. Here she is, an angel without wings and a crown that is invisible to all of us. In fact, we all have to be like that. Let's get to know her journey and celebrate her life on this platform, the International Fab Talks. Hello, ma'am, and over to you. We'd love to know more about you. How would you define and explain yourself? Yes, please.
Sure, Crystal. Thank you so much for inviting me for the interview today. So basically, how do I define myself? I don't think I can define myself. I am a person who goes with the flow, and I enjoy whatever I do. Basically, whatever challenges comes my way, I just take it in my stride, and I enjoy whatever comes my way. Basically, so my interests are varied, and that is the reason you see me, pursuing all facets of life. And I love to learn new things, and explore new avenues. So it keeps me occupied, and also it gives some work for my brains also. So that is me in a nutshell, I must say.
That's a beautiful way to define yourself, ma'am, and that's really very nice. Dear ma'am, in 2009 and 10, you entered into this beautiful field, the Inner Wheel.
So at that point of time, I didn't know much about Inner Wheel, but basically, most at that point of time, all the Rotarians' wives would be eligible to join Inner Wheel. So that is when my husband had asked our club, Inner Wheel Club of Bangalore South president, to induct me and take me in their fold. Initially, yeah, it was a little bit of hesitancy when I entered, basically because I'm not a very social person. My world is very limited. So, but yeah, making friends was something I was looking forward to, and expanding my social life also. And as I entered, I realized that Inner Wheel is an organization which gives a platform to women across all, strata of the society. So it can be a housewife, you can be a, entrepreneur, you can be a professional, but you always have something to offer to the society. Plus, at the same time, it gives you an opportunity to bond with women who are like-minded. So, and it also gives you an opportunity for, if you are very talented, or usually talent dies, they say, the minute people get married or they get busy in the professional lives. So this is an opportunity where you can showcase your talent, you can take up leadership roles, So, which is something which a normal person staying at home wouldn't get. And this is a wonderful platform, and it depends on the person to make the best use of it. So, in that way, I was fortunate enough to take up the role of a president and do a lot of service projects. And then I entered the district and took up various roles before I took up the role as a district chairman this year.
That's wonderful, ma'am. That's really wonderful. And you shared that you were an introvert earlier, but then again, you took up this. And now today, the way we look at you carrying yourself with dignity and grace, connecting with various activities across, the state of Karnataka, it could be like pan India as well, that you're bonded and connected with several others and creating a social change. That's wonderful, ma'am. Now, ma'am, many of the people out there, especially the women in particular, they hardly have any idea as to what the Inner Wheel Club is all about. What is the strength of it? What are the benefits of it? If you could really elaborate on that and share for our sisters, it would be nice.
This Innovale is an international organization, and our motto is friendship and service, like I mentioned earlier. And we are spread across 104 countries with over 1 lakh members. And this is an organization which has completed 100 years. And this year we even celebrated our centennial year, that is 100 years. Yeah. So basically, we have clubs, a cluster of clubs which form a district. And in Bangalore and in and around Bangalore, we have about 45 clubs, which is called, which comes under District 319. So, like this, we have clusters of clubs across the country. And the organization, the kind of service we do is more or less like whatever other NGOs do. But it also gives you an opportunity, like we say, to develop friendship. So the motto is friendship and service, and our focus areas are health, education, women empowerment, environment, you name it, and we are there. So basically, it might be in a small way or a bigger way, but I believe that every small bit we do makes an impact on the society. So that is what Inner Wheel is all about.
Yes, that's really nice, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. You mentioned about service. What kind of service? And how could a lady or a woman, be able to put herself forward, join the Inner Wheel Club and contribute to it and also benefit from it, become financially independent? Is there any source like that helping women to become financially independent when they join the Inner Wheel Club?
As such, we don't offer financial independence, I mean, financial growth for women who come here. But yes, you have an opportunity to network with people. We have seen a lot of women grow, really well after they've joined and, connected with other people. Like, for example, there's this friend of mine who was into flower decoration. And after she joined in a wheel, there's an opportunity for always showcase her talent. So today she's one of the top wedding event planner or decorator, I must say. And I myself, I'm a baker, so I have got opportunities for baking for other women. So it all spreads by word of mouth. So in that way, yeah, financial independence, I can correlate it to that. And when it comes to service, like I told you, there are many ways. Women empowerment also we do, but we have to raise funds when there is an opportunity, when we see that there's an opportunity for a set of women to be empowered, and there's an organization who is going to help them do that. We raise funds and we connect both the women and the organization, and in that process we facilitate women empowerment. So that is one thing. And when it comes to education, like you read in my profile also, that I had renovated during my president's as a president, we had renovated a school. So a lot of such projects keep happening. Health checkups keep happening. Yeah, the cervical cancer and breast cancer. These are the prevailing things. So prevailing pandemic epidemic, I must say. So these are the projects which we do. And also like serving food in an orphanage or a old age home, spending time with them. So these kind of personalized projects are also taken care of, and mental health and mental wellness.
Yes, dear ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Dear ma'am, and now when we speak about nutrition, Like if you could give us some secret tips that you've been learning, it could help many of us.
There's no secret tip as such. Basically, we need to have a balanced diet. That is lacking. And in the balance, most of us Indians, the protein part is lacking in our diet. So it's a carb-rich diet, and we generally don't give importance to protein. So that is one area where everybody should be including adequate amount of protein. And then yeah, micronutrients, fiber, all these things matter a lot. So basically, that has to be taken care of. Yeah, and good amount of water. That is also important for hydrating yourself.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
And the
dear.
second thing is
Mhm.
usually when people are looking at getting fit, weight loss, people underestimate what they're eating. So, and they overestimate what they are burning. So, if they're going for a 1 hour walk, they might assume they have burnt about 800 calories, but they might have actually burnt about 250 or 300 calories. At the same time, when they're eating something, they might just think, suppose you're eating a plate of idli vada, people just take the calories of idlis or vada and they ignore the calories that are in the chutney, which is coconut rich, and sambar and all these things. So most of the time you're underestimating what you're eating. So that is the major problem when they're trying to get lose weight. The importance of knowing what you're consuming is very important.
Excellent, dear. Thank you for that. What you're consuming, you should be very careful about it. Yes. Dear ma'am, now I am interested in baking, but I should tell you that I'm a very, very bad baker. Till date, I have failed all my cakes till date. And my son say, Mom, don't prepare it. If you prepare it, you're going to eat it yourself. We are not going to taste it. So I'm a bad baker, but you are into baking. And when did this journey start?
My baking journey started when my kids were very young, and I wanted to make them fancy cakes. I wanted to, buy fancy cakes for them. So when I used to go to shop, I used to find that whatever I had conceptualized in mind was not available. So that is when I decided that I have to learn baking and do things myself. So initially, I joined a course, 3 day course, and then yeah, like you, I had failed in a lot of experiments while I started my baking journey. And yeah, you always learn from your failed attempts. After that, there was no looking back because once I started, Google is always there. A lot of YouTube channels which teach you baking. Earlier, it wasn't that case also, and there was a time you wouldn't even get the ingredients that are needed for baking. So now, everything is available easily, and Google is your teacher. So by practice, definitely you will get. And once again, this was like spreading like a word of mouth kind of thing. So when somebody started liking what I baked, and they would again come back to me and place an order. So that's how my baking journey began.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, dear. So there was a slight technical snag, and then we are back again. Yes, friends. Dear ma'am, as you mentioned that certain ingredients are not available because baking requires the accurate measurement and the
Correct.
accurate ingredients, right?
Yeah.
Yes, dear. Now, dear ma'am, if you could share your journey when you were young, did you ever think that one day I'm going to become Rekha Sridhar, the president of the Inner Wheel Club, or maybe where I am today? Did you have this thought when you were a younger kid? What were your dreams and aspirations when you were young?
No, what I studied and what I am today are two different things. I have done my engineering in electrical engineering from RVC. So then, yeah, I wanted to get into the technical field. Once I completed, I realized this is not my cup of tea, rather. And being a creative person, I wanted to explore the creative way of doing things. So that is when I bumped into a writing career, basically. So someone was looking for a blog writer, and he handheld me and taught me the step by step of how to go about all those things. So that is how my writing career began. And yeah, because what I had dreamt and what I am today are two different things. Like I told you, I was always an introvert. I would rather be sitting with books, at home reading something and not stepping out. And considering the fact that I am meeting so many people and getting an opportunity to do so many things, I've come a long way, I must say. And I would credit Inavil for giving me all the opportunity to be the person I am today.
That's beautiful, ma'am. That's so nice to give the credit to the Innovate Club. Now, ma'am, if there are some people out there, our sisters, our friends, if they would love to join the Innovate Club, so
Hmm.
what is the main criteria?
No, there is no criteria as such. Everyone is welcome to join. But we would like to like them to come and attend one or two of our meetings, so they understand. Because when the word club comes, people automatically assume, it's like a fun kind of a organization where just people are eating or just having fun. So they need to understand that we are bound by some bylaws, and this is an international organization, and we are doing service. So service, it comes as a part of the package, so it is not just about having fun is just another extended part of the organization. So yeah, they need to come and attend one or two meetings to understand and see how the meetings are conducted, and also attend, if possible, attend our service projects, whatever the club is doing. And like I told you, we are spread all across Bangalore, and you can we have a Facebook page also. So you can just search on the Google, sorry, Facebook, and look out for Innovate clubs in and around Bangalore, and you can find out which is the closest to your place, and then connect with the concerned admin, and they will reach out to you. So once you understand that this is an organization you would like to be associated with, then we would have an orientation program by some of the seniors. So they will explain to the prospective member what Inavil is all about, prepare them for what they should be expecting. And like I say that when they come, they should be prepared to take up the roles and be a part of the organization. So the main criteria is just that. So we have no bar with respect to age, qualifications, anything as such. The keen interest to be a part of the organization, to be doing the service is very important.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for clarity. Thank you a lot. So friends, if you are interested, you can just get connected with the right kind of people like ma'am, Rekha Sridhar ma'am. What is it all about? If I could get that right, I'll just put everything in the right way. A freelance social media consultant. So what
Yeah.
is this and how did this journey begin?
Like I told, it's all about. I keep exploring things, and one of the companies was looking out for a social media consultant. And at that point of time, I didn't know what it was, but I offered to take it up. Of course, whoever was offering me whatever roles were very generous enough to teach me the nuances of whatever the work I was supposed to do. So they gave me a free hand to experiment with the social media. So each company has their own set of social media requirements. So Instagram, Facebook, handling all these things, and basically it's a content creation. So content creation, you know how social media is like. You need to put up new things every single day, and it has to be challenging also. So it has to draw interest, to grab the attention of the audience. So it's quite challenging, and so that's how I got in, and I continue to do so.
Wow, that's wonderful, dear. That's really nice. Ma'am, you being a woman of substance, what is the message you'd love to give to all those women who are under depression or who are facing domestic issues at home and who are facing like any kind of financial, social, or it could be anything emotional abuse. You could never say that. It could be like that too. What is the message you'd like to give to all of these sisters out there? A very strong message.
Basically, I would like to say that help is always available. So instead of suffering and going through all the stress and trauma, it's always better to reach out for help. So only when you reach out for help, you will receive help, is what I believe in. So you don't have to worry that you're alone. There are a lot of people who are there to help you all out, and always reach out to help, and definitely you're going to come out of this.
You put it so beautifully. Until you ask for help, no one will come forward to help you.
Right.
You have to just ask, and then people will reach out That's
Right.
really nice. Because many of the victims, they suffer in silence.
Correct.
They're scared to open up their mouth and
Yeah.
share. So, my dear friends, if you face anything, just speak up, and there are people to help you. As ma'am has been very positive on that. The world is beautiful. There are many people who will help you in the right kind, in the right way, and the right kind of people will come forward to help you. Dear ma'am, would you like to share a memorable incident after you becoming the president of District 319? Anything special and specific that is still evergreen in your mind?
I don't think I can recall at the drop
You've
of.
attended several sessions, you've taken part in so many service
Mm,
programs. I've
yeah.
seen a lot of your work.
Yeah.
Amongst all of them, which was like evergreen or which is still fresh in your mind?
I had gone to one of the clubs and they had invited school children to, we were giving away something to the school children. So, as a part of the general end of the meet, I always make them do some simple exercises to make them feel good. And yeah, the kids had also were also doing the exercise. So later on, I think 2 or 3 months later, when I went to the same place, that kid came and told, "Aren't you the lady, person who taught us this exercise?" So I did not recognize that kid because there were a lot of children, but that kid recognized me. So I thought that was a very good, memorable incident because I felt that even though it was a very trivial kind of exercise when I look back at it, but it made an impact on the child. So that's what I remember fondly.
That's beautiful. I'd like to know about your journey in the Inner Wheel Club as the district chairman, as to how you're taking it forward and what are your connections with traveling. So, because are you only connected in Bangalore or in Karnataka, or do you even get a chance to travel pan India with regard to the various
Yeah.
activities that take
District
place?
District 319 is spread across Bangalore and also till Tirupati and Mandya, Maddur, and Tumkur, all the surrounding places of Tumkur also. So I get to travel to these places because they are a part of my district. And I also get to travel to other districts because we have many inter-district events happening and we have conferences happening across the country and abroad also. So we get an opportunity to travel all over the world, basically.
So, how many places have you been traveling?
I can't put my put a number on this, but yes, every year we have been doing that. At least going to 2, 3 places out of the state and within our district, of course, every year.
Yes, that's really nice. And ma'am, now connected to festivals,
Mhm.
celebrating national festivals, and as well as the festivals that each state uh, you know celebrates. So, what is the connection and your coordination with regard to this? Like, how do you all bond and comfort each other or network with each other?
Yeah.
The Inner Wheel
Uh,
Club, what does it do on locations?
every national festival is celebrated by the clubs. So usually, especially if it is Independence Day or Republic Day, the club members, the president and the club members go to a school. They hoist a flag and distribute some sweets, or they organize competitions and give away some prizes to encourage the children. They may be invited as speakers or chief guest also. So in these ways, we definitely celebrate all the national festivals. And when it comes to the regular festivals, which we Indians celebrate, uh, they do find opportunities to celebrate in their own way. Like if there's a meeting and it's a month of Diwali, so that meeting might be converted into a Diwali celebration, or if there's Holi, it might be converted into a Holi celebration. So they might all come dressed in festive wear, and after the meeting ends, they generally have some celebrations. So it could be anything from dance or some rituals or some contest, whatever.
Yes, yes. That's really wonderful, ma'am. Now, being the district chairman of the Inner Wheel Club, that is District 319, I'd like to ask you, like, what role have you all been playing in your circle, in your space for the environment? Like, yes,
Yeah.
please.
So environment wise, mostly it is always planting more trees. So that is the number one thing which we generally promote. And secondly, we always emphasize on reduce, reuse, and recycle. So that is one of the things which has we have been stressing on this year. So yeah, we have all been doing all those things, and also trying to prevent waste to reduce pollution, by giving awareness talks in schools, colleges. So these are the things we have been doing for the environment.
That's wonderful, dear. That's really nice. Maybe know what are the future dream projects that you have in mind.
There is nothing like a future project, specific project, basically because each club comes up with their own, um, service projects based on the amount they have. So I think going forward, we would be focusing more on the cervical cancer and yeah, health checkups and all these things. And it's an ongoing thing. We don't have any specific focus area of, service. So whenever there's an opportunity for us to be a part of the service, we would grab that opportunity and do whatever we can to make things brighter. Honestly.
Wow, that's wonderful. Ma'am, one big question. Ma'am. Should people who join this inner wheel club, can they do it from a remote area or should they be physically present to engage themselves in the various activities that take place?
Ideally, it is advisable to be a part of the club physically because unless you are a part of the club, it will be very difficult for the members to bond. And like I said, it's not about just about giving money or and just say I'm going to give away for charity. So because our motto is friendship and service, we emphasize on the members being a part of the club and attend meetings as often as possible. So being remotely connected is something we haven't thought about. Maybe in the future we could give it a thought.
Yes, dear. Because, ma'am, why did this question arise in my mind?
Mm.
Because there may be several people or our sisters who would want to do it online and cannot physically be present over
Correct,
there.
correct.
They could
I agree.
contribute a lot online. So I
Yeah.
think like all of you should give this a thought and even welcome them. And
Yes.
of course, maybe once a year, it could be like physical, like all of you should come physically and connect and coordinate and network and bond. So
Yeah.
that's wonderful. Dear ma'am, now your favorite sport, I've seen you playing cricket. I mean, like you were there somewhere on the cricket field. I've seen you there. Now, what's this all about?
No, no, I don't play any sports, but I love to watch sports basically. It might have been for a fun event if I have attended. I enjoy watching tennis, badminton, and cricket. So these are the sports which I enjoy watching.
Yes, dear. That's wonderful, ma'am. That's really nice. I would like you to share one best memory from your childhood below the age of, before you enter your teens, to be precise, below the age of 11, you could say. I mean, 12, because 13 and then the teens start. So below the age of 12, like any memorable incident, like were you the very shy child at home or the naughty one? As you said, you're an introvert in the later
Yeah,
part of your life as a little young child.
yeah.
How was that childhood phase of yours?
My childhood was pretty happy only, I must say. But my fondest memories are going to book exhibitions with my dad. I used to enjoy browsing through all those books and buying lots of them and coming back and reading. Also, when I used to during summer holidays, when I used to go to my grandparents' places, so they knew that I would be coming and they would keep all the books in stock just because I'm coming. So these are the memories which I carry till now.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's really nice. So you're an avid reader right from the start, right?
yeah, yeah.
That's, yes, dear. And even when you read, that's kind of a de-stressor. You feel like you
Right.
enter into another world when you hold a book in your
Correct.
hand and you
Yes.
forget the present problems and situations that are around you that stress you out. That's wonderful. Dear ma'am, now if you were invited, like by any other state, apart from the Inner Wheel Club, to come over there and to, share your thoughts, views, and spread wisdom there. So would you be open to that?
Definitely. Why not? Like I told you, I would like to grab every opportunity that comes my way.
That's wonderful. So, friends, here's a wonderful message. So, grab every opportunity that comes your way so that you are strong and don't miss out on opportunities, because opportunities not once, not always. So, make the most of it. Be a wonderful reader. Now, ma'am, could I go ahead and ask you the next question and start with the next round called as the rapid fire round? Before we enter that round, is there anything else that you'd love to share which I didn't focus my attention on, but you'd love to share it with the
No, no,
masses?
we can go ahead, no problem.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Ma'am has been very kind taking out the time, so I wouldn't want to take extra time from ma'am. I really appreciate you for being very calm, composed, dignified, graceful, and humble at the same time. Thank you very much. Dear ma'am, till date, like what is it that you have focused your attention on? Which emotion gives you the most good feeling? Like, maybe what kind of an emotion that you are connected with? It could be like compassion, it could be love, it could be like being kind. What is it that your energies are focused on when you, as an individual?
I like to look at the positive side of a person, basically. So I think that is what I can tell. For my focus would be on that.
Yeah, in spite of all our negatives, we focus on the positives.
Yeah.
Yes, because all of us have that. So being positive is also very nice. Now, dear ma'am, your favorite breakfast?
Not a breakfast person at all.
Oh, then what do you have for breakfast?
Coffee,
And black coffee or filter coffee?
black. Until my breakfast, I have a black.
Do you add sugar or some sweetener?
No, no, no. It's a sugar-free black coffee.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I do the same, but I cheat a lot. I cheat a lot.
Okay.
I cheat a lot. Maybe 2 or 3 days I'll have that without sugar, but then again afterwards I have to cheat. And then
Yeah.
like a kid, add sugar to it.
It's an acquired taste, basically, having sugarless beverages. It's an acquired taste. And I think over a period of time, you get used to it.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Now, dear ma'am, how would you define a wonderful day? A perfect day, it went off very well. Or you expect a day to, pass off like this very well. How
Mhm.
would you put it in just one word? What is a beautiful day in one word to you?
Productive.
Wow, productive. That's wonderful. Is it the bus? Is it the railway
I
transport?
enjoy everything. So I think metro now
Metro.
because of the convenience factor. Yeah.
Very true. Your favorite season?
Winter,
Wow. The best among all the 12 months, which is your one favorite one and the best one?
June, because it's my birthday.
May I know when is your birthday, please?
June 22nd.
June 22nd. How sweet. Thank you for sharing. We'll wish you on your birthday. Yes, dear. And ma'am, now you'd like to spend your time with regard to the services as the district chairman of the
Yeah.
Innovative Club, that is District 319. Like, where do you like to spend your time and empower people? Is it in the city, or it could be a little town, or the villages, or all the three are covered up?
Usually, we see there's a lot of service requirements in the village sites, the outskirts of Bangalore, and there's an opportunity for us to contribute. So it's always nice when we can make a difference to them. So obviously, the preference is there, but it doesn't undermine the fact that there's a need in the city also. So, like I told you, wherever there's a need, we try our best to make sure that we provide the service that is needed.
Wow, that's so nice. Now, ma'am, you said you're good at baking and you've learned and mastered it. What
Yeah,
about normal cooking? Are you a great cook as well?
I wouldn't say a great cook. I'm an experimental cook, but I enjoy my time in my kitchen.
I like this word, experimental cook. I do that too. I understand. Yes, dear, that's nice. Now, ma'am, do you also give baking classes or you take sessions on baking? Like,
I haven't done it so far, but in the future, why not?
please do that and do let me know
For
too.
sure.
I want to improve my baking skills.
Yes.
Yes, dear. And dear ma'am, the name of your favorite teacher? Anybody special, any teacher or sir who has impacted your thought process and made you feel good about yourself?
Not really. I cannot really recall one single person because I believe every teacher would have made some impact or the other in the way we have all developed personally.
You're very, very nice, ma'am. If you ask me, I would be very selective on this. You're very nice. Like, you give credit to all the teachers. They might have in one way or the other impacted us. Yes, dear. You're right. Dear ma'am, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Early bird, very much.
Oh, great. You're lucky.
Yeah.
That, and that's a blessing to get up early in the morning, you see.
Yeah.
Many of us
I
can't.
enjoy that silence when I wake up in the
Yes.
morning.
What about salty, sweet, spicy, and sour food? Which one is yours?
Spicy.
Now, dear ma'am, this is a very important question. Like, life is all about money or happiness. What is it like according to you?
I think happiness overrules everything. Yeah. You can have money and not be happy.
Very true.
You cannot have money and still be happy.
Wow, very true. What a beautiful way to share that. This is always a question in my head. Is it money or happiness? But the way you explain that, this is the wow moment, I guess, of the interview session for me. I like this, yes, dear, because we've seen several people who have money and yet have committed suicide, who have,
Right.
very different psychological problems. In spite of this much of money, there is no peace of mind and no happiness. Yes, dear. So, next question, dear. When you're alone, ma'am, where do your thoughts take you? To the past, present, or future?
I think the mind just you cannot just control your mind most of the times. It all depends on my mood basically. If there's something upcoming, the process is mostly on the future because how to get things done and like being a creative person, how best we can put it together. So these are the thought process. And if there's something that has happened and I need to dwell upon the past, yes, my focus would be that. So it all depends. I wouldn't, I cannot just put like, this is how I think. Yeah, it depends on the situation, I would say.
Yes, dear. Now, dear ma'am, you're a person connected with books. You love reading. You're an avid reader.
Mhm.
And when I put this question, is it experience, or you call it experiential learning, or theoretical learning that benefits a person, or both?
Nothing with experience. You can read all the books in the world, but nothing prepares you for the practical challenges that you will have to face and overcome. So you might have the best solutions that are rolled out by all the authors or the experienced people, but whatever you learn from your experience, that is what is it takes you further, I must say.
Yes, dear. Now, ma'am, if I were to offer you a samosa and an apple, what would you select first?
My mind would crave, my tongue would ask for samosa, but if I'm very conscious about what I'm supposed to eat, I would prefer an apple. But again, like I told you, it all depends. So yeah, it can be either ways.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Ma'am, is it more of home cooked food now or food ordered from outside? Because earlier we didn't have this option, but now within half an hour, 10-15 minutes, your food is ready in front of you. So which
Yeah,
one would you prefer? Like,
home cooked anytime because you have control on what you're going to feed. I mean, make and feed yourself. So,
very true. Are you a beach person or somewhere connected with the mountains or a forest?
I'm a mountain person.
Now, ma'am, like you are into walking.
Yeah.
Like, how many steps do you cover per day? I've seen that.
Yeah, I definitely make sure I cover at least 10,000 steps per day. It could also increase depending on my other activities that would come up through the day. But definitely 10,000, sure,
Yes, every day.
every day.
Wow, that's wonderful. The best day of the week, ma'am,
Sunday,
is it comfort or style?
comfort.
Have you ever regretted spending money on any item or article and then said, oh, why did I spend money on that?
Many times.
Thank you for saying that, because I've met many people on this platform who said, no, I'm very calculative. I'm very, calculative on how I spend my money, very careful. But I'm the one like, just like, why did I buy it? After
No,
some.
no, it happens to most of us, right? See, even I think many times before I buy, but it doesn't mean that I haven't done any impulsive shopping and regretted later on. So it all happens to all of us. And maybe the others are really, you must appreciate if somebody is able to, have control on the way they spend. That is a very appreciable nature, I must say.
Yes, dear. Very true, ma'am. Very true. Now, ma'am, the insect that you don't like?
Insect, cockroach. Can I add one more? Lizard.
Yes, please. Yes, dear. Yes. Now, ma'am, we all have this modern technology working for each one of us. That is a mobile phone in our hand. We have the world at our fingertips. Now,
Right.
is it easier for you to text or call? Where do you think it is more easier to bond and connect and network with people?
Though texting is easy, I would say that most of the time, what the communication sent on text is misinterpreted. So always when there's a conflict or when things have to be said, whether to appreciate people or to fix things, a call is always a better way because you know how to convey things, and there's a two-way interaction. So anytime a call.
Thank you. That's really nice. You explained that very well. Beautifully explained. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, now I'd like to ask you the best gift that you've received till date.
I think my oven, baking oven, and my fitness equipments, whichever whoever somebody is giving. So all these have um, helped me grow, whether it is in the form of baking, experimenting with my baking, or getting fit. So I would consider them as my best gifts.
All right, that's really nice, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Before we end the session for today, come to a conclusion of the session, I'd like you to give us three gifts in the form of three beautiful words to empower us. Nevertheless, you've empowered us right from the start till now, but still we make a little request to all the celebrities and guests on the International Fab Talks to share three magical words apart from please, sorry, and thank you. Any three words that could really create magic in our lives.
I have a favorite quote of mine. So I say, which I always say whenever I go out in my and meet my members. So it says, a lot can happen over 365 days. Let's make each moment count.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So let's make each moment count. Today, you've been with us and you've made this very special for us. And I thank you for being here with us, ma'am. And you're one of the people who have inspired me. And I'm really happy that I've got to interview you today, share the space with you, get to know you as a person. And dreams do come true. So, my dear friends, dream big. You never know when you will meet your dreams, they will be fulfilled in the right way. So keep concentrating on your dreams. Like ma'am, today she is the district chairman of the Inner Wheel Club, that is 319, District 319. And I'd like to see all of you also there up, serving the community, serving people, and improving yourself as well. Thank you so much, ma'am. Looking forward to many more interactions with you. I love you for your simplicity, your humbleness, and grace.
Thank you so much, Crystal. I let me on record invite you to be a part of our organization.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Definitely, ma'am. That's really an honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for inviting me today.
Thank you, dear. Stay safe, stay blessed, ma'am. And we
Thank
wish
you.
all of you lots of happiness and joy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. My dear friends, with this, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today. We promise to bring back ma'am again. That is Rekha Sridhar, ma'am, to share her thoughts and views and the services she's connected with and how she could inspire you again. Today, she has done her job very well. She has been able to inspire us in the right kind of way. And friends, do us a favor, share this video with the right kind of people who may be interested in the work that ma'am does, in the wisdom that she has shared. And if you like what the International Fab Talks is doing, stay connected with us, bond with us, like, share, subscribe, and comment as well. And don't forget to love yourself and make the most of all the 365 days. This year is the leap year. It is 366 days. So one day extra. Have a lovely time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, friends.